What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video preview, I guess review you can call this. I just to give you an idea, anytime that I do this final pictures, most likely I'm not gonna buy them. But yeah, if you are interested in this, you can still pre-order this at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. So Tusken Raider, man. It looks good. It looks really good. Most of the pictures that you'll see here, either they got sent out multiple copies, but my guess is, they just Photoshop them, multiply them and all that stuff. But this is a figure that's a bit dangerous because you can army build them. Maybe you shouldn't buy anything more than two, and then, if you have photography. But if you are, building a scene, you could. I mean, the price is decent. It's not outrageous. It's like a trooper, basically. It doesn't have a face. But the overall feel for this, the good thing about this figure is that it could go both ways. It could go with Mandalorian or with OT. And I don't know how many people are going to pick this one up, but this is one of those things where it could be sought after later on or not. How Hot Toys is. They can repackage this and change the box to OT and say this is from a movie or so. It is it like I said, it could work anyway. You could go with a prequel and all that stuff. So it does look good, man. CG Rock. This man goes out in the wilderness to shoot his pictures. Like this one is not. This is composite. He took a, you can clearly tell. But CGE, do you know how hard it is to go out in real world and shoot this, without looking like a it's hard because we do have a forest preserve here and I'm almost tempted. It's a big forest preserve, so I doubt anyone would see me shooting toys. Even if they do, I don't think they're going to say anything, but it's just I'd use green screen. Yeah. But natural lighting, it looks very good either way, whether you're in a studio, if you're into photography. But like I said, as far as display wise, I think it looks fantastic. You could, if you have one, who do you? Yeah, I mean, you can pose him with Mando, I suppose. Two would look good. Two, yeah. I'm not. I'm so glad I'm not into Star Wars because this is one of those things where I would probably pick up if I was into. I just pick the. At this point, I just pick and choose my battles with Star Wars, just main characters mostly, and the one that I really identify the most. But this is one of those things where if this was, let's say, in the property of, I don't know, DC perhaps, I would have probably picked this up. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of those sleepers that if you don't, I don't know how big the pre-orders for these guys are. The fact that they are still at Big Bad kind of tells you something, because normally on Big Bad they have limited stocks. So, mostly, let's say 10. So that means 10 people pre-ordered it, but it's still available as of right now. So I'm assuming, it's not that much, but who knows what the market is. Like I said, this is one of those guys who could go display wise. He's very versatile. And that thing, I don't even know what you call that, but Boba used that. And is it included in the 2-pack Boba? Let me know in the comments because he was pretty badass, swinging that thing. Boba looks badass swinging anything at this point, but yeah, he did use that. I don't know what it's called, but and one thing that I didn't like initially was the wrap on the head because I felt like they kind of got lazy with it. The one thing I didn't like, at least, about the 2-pack for the Dark Knight, which is kind of reminiscent of this, is the Demon Bats and Scarecrow. I didn't like the wrap on Scarecrow because it's not a real wrap. I was just like, dude, I paid like a lot of money for this. I want as realism as possible. The problem is when you take a picture of this plastic thing that's supposed to look like fabric, they do shine, as you can see here. Like the light bounces off them. It doesn't absorb it like a fabric. So it does give you that shine, which you have to take away at post, which is that's not my. I don't like it. So I did sell that Scarecrow, even though it leaves a hole in my Dark Knight collection. But I it just didn't sit well with me. So with this guy, Same thing, but I think years have passed between Scarecrow and this guy. I think they improved the texture of that supposedly wrap in his face. I don't know what you call that, bandages, whatever. But they improved it with the texture. They put a little black wash on it. It still shines when the light hits it. But this one is CGE. Is he's outside. This is natural lighting right here. You see those no shine, and it does look like the edges are frayed and all that stuff. So it does look like but you're indoors. Look at that. It does shine. It doesn't absorb the light fully. But I mean, it's not a big deal if you're not, if you're just gonna display this. I see a lot of problems arising as well if that is real fabric. Like it's a wrap. You gotta stick it together. It's a lot of work. So I totally understand why they went that route. But I think they made leaps and bounds in terms of improving the look compared to, well, with Scarecrow, it's a burlap sack. But kind of get the idea here. I think almost the material used in the real film is almost the same. This is like outdoors for real. The light is behind this guy. You can see the highlights on the edges of his on his back. Really nice. And you can put this in so many settings. I mean, it does look good. Imagine putting this right next to Mando. Yeah, I would. I mean, there's pictures in here right next to Mando. Could you do 3 of these? I think you can do as many as you want. One would be enough, I suppose. Not gonna lie, if I had this, I would buy 2. I mean, like if I was into this guy, I would buy 2. It just looks good in pairs. I don't know. But if you just want one and doing photography, you could always duplicate them. But as far as display, I think they come in pairs. Sorry guys, so this is like a $500 purchase, but but that's just my opinion. Plus, if it goes up in value, here's the thing with Star Wars, you gotta like them, right? Like these 3 guys, you can see the spacing apart, yeah, because they're not there really. You just move them around. But if you're into Star Wars, for example, if you like this, you bought 2, for example, you bought 3. You can sell them later on, right? Because Star Wars normally retains its value or it goes up. It's very rare that they dip down. So you could, at the very least, get back your money for it, unless it's Beskar Mando. All right, so thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch if you like video games. And I'll see you guys in the next video.